Okay, 2 years ago, my partner left me with a letter on the side and she put a ring down on top of it. I've never actually told this thing properly to anyone, so I'm doing it now. At the time, I told you I was probably doing everything right. I had a good job. I was a van driver. I came home every night. I went to bed early-ish, and I brought the money in every week, and I never missed a shift. So I pretty much provided, I showed up, and I didn't complain. But what I didn't clock was I've been doing the same routine for years, and somewhere in that, I'd completely become vacant without going anywhere. I was home every night, physically stood in the kitchen, but mentally nowhere near. So the big question is, when I found that letter, I didn't really know what I was walking into. Whether she was gone for good, whether this was just temporary, was there anything to fix? And I'd be lying if I wasn't afraid. That's the bit that got me the most, not knowing. And if this was a film, I would probably tell you that flowers were exchanged, like a big gesture or a holiday booked, or like a massive tearful conversation. And it was none of that. What actually happened was much smaller. It took a lot longer to notice, but was much more concrete. I didn't take anything away. Everyone was telling me to simplify, to do less, and to free up time. I didn't like the sound of that because freeing up time wouldn't solve my issue, as I was already vacant when I got home anyway. So what I did was I actually started arriving when I walked in. And I'm not just talking physically, I was already doing that. I was pushing through and becoming present in the building that I helped nurture. And instead of sitting in the van after a shift, I would come home and I would be present. And I would also get up when everybody else was asleep. I would start the day first. And this kind of led to 3 small wins a day that really ramped up for me. But none of that fixed anything overnight. But what it did is it started to prove to her and to me and to my son that something had actually changed rather than me just saying that it had. And that's when I realized that the version of me that nearly lost my family wasn't a bad person. He was just running on the only training that he had, basically. And there's nothing really wrong with that, as long as that person learned from it. And if you find yourself in this situation, then maybe you could too. You know, she came back. We're obviously still together now. And, you know, little man stands in the kitchen every night and practices and copies everything I do, so I have to be really careful. But that's what situation looks like these days. So a pretty good outcome, I would say. And I'm still a van driver. I do the same routes, I would say, like once a week, once a month. Same grind, nothing's changed there. But what changed is my approach to after I get home, the 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. and then the 9 p.m. till going to sleep. And technically also the 5 a.m. till 9 a.m., which I've also started to harness and take some of that back, which has really made a huge difference, really. So opening the laptop, building something that's hopefully going to help my family for years and years to come. Something that we wouldn't be able to do on just a simple salary alone. So I can't stop thinking about the dads that maybe are also in that situation that I was in. And I don't know whether or not they are problem aware or if they need help. But if this was you, if this feels like your world, then you found your place. I write and I'm going to be talking about this stuff regularly. So follow along if you would like the rest of it.